Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical FX Trading. This is your dollar Japanese yen chart weekly analysis for the week of January 5, 2020. It's the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. If you want to stay up to date with all of our dollar yen weekly videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel, clicking that red button, subscribe in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Okay, so looking at the dollar yen weekly. This is a pretty long term. Price is kind of hanging about here. You know, this $1.08, sorry, 108 yen mark to the dollar. And we see, even though with last week's big cool off, that really we're still sitting above this 20-week fast moving average. So price has been kind of moving sideways though, so our moving averages aren't quite as relevant, but I did want to point that out. So let's go ahead and take these off. If you just look at the fast, we see that price, was after making historic highs 124 back in July. We see that it touched, like there's that old shelf there. It goes all the way back to 2008. That price declined down to 100. Has been really settling about this 105 yen to the dollar mark, almost going sideways now for a couple of years. However, we do see this long ascending uptrend. So let's go ahead and make a parallel trend channel. So that's going to have the same angle as our other channel, other trend line, making a support and resistance zone over time. So here we go. If we look at it like this, it might be a bullish perspective looking like this is a great time to buy dollar versus yen, because we see price sitting right on top of that 20 period moving average and on top of this price zone. Now the support and resistance zones here are kind of erratic. We see that price really kind of zigzags up and down. Dollar yen is pretty famous for that. But we see after recent testing, this $6.87, we see some nice big stabilization candles. Like those weeks are that's a pretty bullish formation right there. Then we see price moving up, and even after last week's big cool off, price sitting right there on the 20-week moving average, which is typically a pretty bullish signal. Because we see as long as price stays above that mark, right, we see price really take off. That happened here. Price action from 102 yen to 118. Now here we see price cross over and did a smaller move from 108 to 114. Sometimes we see these fake breakout rallies, right? Price moves above it and back below, then ultimately shoots back down. So we need to see price moving steadily away from it, but this is a good start. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this on the daily. Here we go. So we'll see how this trend line, the bottom of this tail touches it on top, and then here we touch on the bottom, multiple touches, which makes this is a good trend line to do really my trading off of. So if I'm bullish on dollar yen, I'm looking to buy and really want my stops below my last low, right? This 106.50. Now it's a pretty big cut, pretty big loss to take. If you want to be more conservative, you could also just put it underneath the support zone, 107.50. Just know that price is kind of famous for zigging and zagging, so be cautious that you don't put your stops too close. That's why if you put it below the last, right? So on the uptrend, if you put your stop below the last low, that's always a safe bet, because then trend would have to literally turn around to hit your stop loss. Just make sure try to get in at the best entry. So if you're looking to buy, this is a pretty good entry, right? Price is on the shelf, kind of cooling out. If we go in a little bit closer at the 4-hour, oops, let's take this volume off of here. We see a nice big bullish doji there off the support zone, and really you could even just approach this as a range trade. If we just want to think about that, you're at the bottom of this big range. This has happened back in November. That price shot from 107.85 to 109.48. So good chance we could see another test of 109.48 right here real soon. And in the big picture of things, That would be the first step to resume this uptrend. What could happen? Those price could just keep filling in this, ascending wedge, right? And just be careful as these wedges get tighter, price action becomes more crazy and erratic. So just make sure if you're buying in a wedge, buy it as close to the bottom as you can. Same thing if you're selling in a descending wedge, you want to sell as close to the top as you can. So yeah, this is looking pretty bullish overall. The movement on dollar yen isn't quite as fluid as some of the other currencies, but you can still make some nice pips off of it. So have a great week trading. Make sure to subscribe if you want all of our updates on dollar yen and other currency pairs. We're also covering Bitcoin, Brent crude, and some other commodities as well too in our chart. So stay tuned. Have a good day.